Many of you science fiction buffs out there must remember this one, The Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham. Very special memories for me because the first time I remember reading it was in the English literature classes at school about the school teacher, Mrs. Foster, who was really did run a great English literature class when we all read, one at a time. We took it in turns and gradually got better at sort of reading out aloud. But I remember Day of the Triffids with very fondly. Well, for the first time I read it, because I've obviously read it several times since. It's one of my favourite science fiction books, and I thought I should do this one because the other John Wyndham one that I did was Web, which wasn't really one of my favourites, and it was done posthumously, as I said, after he passed away, and it wasn't completed. This one is a completely different kettle of fish. It's John Wyndham at his very best. He's written, as I've said before, a lot of splendid titles, very imaginative stories, and this one is absolutely terrific. Uh, I'm sure most of you know the actual gist of the story when people start biologically engineering these. I don't know if they're biologically engineered or they've found them out in South America somewhere and enhanced them. And these triffids that they give off all sorts of oils and things like that, and there's triffid farms everywhere. But they're very dangerous because they've got this sting on them, and people that have to farm them have to get all the protective gear. And before they know it, there's triffid farms everywhere. And then there's another event of all these star showers, comets and lights and all that at night, and all over the world people are watching this magnificent display. And when they wake up in the morning, everyone that's watched it is completely blind. And the Triffid farms, as you might well know, are left unattended, and all the Triffids break out, and they're stinging everyone they can get, because you get stung by one, you've had it, you're dead. But it's just called the Day of the Triffids. Only a few people are left with sight, and these people have to survive in this post-apocalyptic dystopian world. It's a really, really good story. Very, very good. I think the best TV adaptation was the one with John Dutton in and Maurice Coburn as Coker. The BBC did make a good series of it back then. The film was, they were the one film that I did see in the 60s. That wasn't too bad, but it wasn't as good as the BBC adaptation, which I thought was a bit closer to the book. I didn't like the recent modern one, but that was done. But the one done in the 80s, the 1980s, with John Dutton and Maurice Coburn. But the book, you can't fault the book. If you ever get a chance to read John Wyndham's Day of the Triffids, go for it. It is an absolute peach of a read. Anyway, good luck and happy reading.